Obscurity. Obscurity is great. Obscurity is mysterious. Obscurity for food, obscurity for wine. Welcome to WorcesterScene.com and another edition of Domenic's Wine Cellar. France, undeniably one of the world's best wine-producing countries, but France isn't terribly obscure. I mean, who hasn't heard of Châteauneuf-du-Pape or Côte d'Aron? But Italy is another matter altogether. Italy is obscure. Who among us has heard of the Primitivo del Salento? Yet this wine is the father of all Zinfandel grapes, the original Zinfandel. In California, one of the most sought-after red wines, the Zinfandel comes from the Primitivo grape, and yet we know nothing about it. So we're here to take a closer look at this obscure, hearty red wine. But in order to do so, we have to have an obscure, hearty entree. So we came to Chioda's Italian Trattoria on Franklin Street in Worcester, because Chioda's, my friends, is the only restaurant in all of central New England that serves the best accompaniment to Primitivo, porchetta. So why Primitivo? Well, like I always like to say, food is meant to go with wine, and wine is meant to go with food. Neither one is supposed to steal the show or dominate. It's supposed to be one seamless conversation. You're not supposed to think, oh, this is a great wine, or this is fantastic food. It's just, this is a great meal, period. But in this case, we have to serve Primitivo with the porchetta, because the porchetta would be dominated, overwhelmed by a big oaky cab or a vanilla sweet Merlot. This particular wine, Primitivo, shows a lot of big forward cherry, blackberry, even a little boysenberry and licorice flavors, and a long finish. Not a lot of oak. So it doesn't dominate the porchetta. Instead, it accents the saltiness and the fattiness of the porchetta. Portami la porchetta. We're here with Steve Chioda and executive chef Eddie Esper. Steve is one of the owners, and of course Eddie takes care of all the stuff in the restaurant and kitchen, of course making the porchetta. Guys, what in the world? I looked everywhere I could to find a unique Italian meal that wouldn't be replicated, that's hard to find, and whenever I found porchetta, I said, this is it. My mother-in-law makes it. It's absolutely out of this world, but this looks like it could rival hers. What made you guys make porchetta?
This is what we eat at home.
You eat this at home?
At home on Sundays, Sunday meal. This is why we brought it in.
This is party food. This is Italian party food. The neighbors come, the family comes, they roast a pig and they have porchetta. Eddie, what do you think?
Their family recipe. They brought it into the restaurant. It's fabulous.
You also do Italian wedding soup, right?
We do. And minestrone.
Nobody does. Not even my mother-in-law makes that anymore. Porchetta is fantastic with Primitivo because, like I said, the fat and the salt in the porchetta go just well with the soft tannins in the Primitivo, and the long fruit finishes it perfectly. Guys, you did a great job on this porchetta. I can't wait to get into this meal. This should be a subject of a contest. Oh yeah, I'm going right for it. Thanks for joining us for this month's edition of Domenic's Wine Cellar on WorcesterScene.com. I'd like to thank especially the Chioda family, Donna and Steve, and of course Steve Jr., and the engine of Chioda's Italian Trattoria, Mr. Eddie Esper, who prepared a fantastic porchetta dinner for us. It goes marvelously with the Primitivo Wine of the Month. Thank you. See you next time.